Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
A lot to look forward to. School last day today. A lot of people. Summer holidays starting up. As you mentioned, Canada Day long weekend. Kirby was talking in the news about people relieved about flying home.
Seriously, though, that's got to be really good news for you. I know you were stressed, like super stressed about it the last few days. Like, could barely get out of bed with the WestJet situation.
I really wasn't that stressed. I was actually looking at flights at other airlines yesterday. I think I was going to be okay. I would have just had to pay an arm and a leg, or I would have driven, you know? So.
All kidding aside, though, there are people I know that are traveling right now in the U.S. and that we're going like, oh, my God, for us to fly home would have cost us an extra, like, grand or two.
I had to feel good that it's sorted out, because you do have plans to go home and see the fam.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, it's a quick flight, you know? Boom. Quick 2 hours to Alberta. It's nothing too long.
Are there some flights affected? Or is it just
There
it's
was
all
some,
good?
Yeah, there was some canceled
Before.
yesterday and today.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's the downside to things. But remember when we took that flight to Toronto when we went to go do our photo shoot? For
it
the
was
billboards
it was
and
fun.
stuff and the commercials? Yeah. Like, so I remember Phil was watching, I don't know, there was like what was it, football, hockey?
Well, on the way back.
No, we paid for the extra Wi-Fi so we could watch the
NFL.
NFL game.
It was a big game.
The
Kirby.
49ers were on. I can't remember my team was playing, but we got a good deal. And thanks to you, Kirby, you tipped us off they'll reduce the rates sometimes if those seats aren't filled in first class, or what do they call it?
Premium. Or
You don't
whatever.
fly enough.
I know.
Oh my God.
But it was great. Yeah.
And so you were, watching something, and I think Joe was talking to some woman and learning her life story. Next
No,
to
I
him.
knew her.
Oh, well, that
I knew
doesn't
the life
shock me.
story.
Yeah.
We were just catching up.
But all that leg room, and it was amazing.
Okay, but there are literally some people right now in a trend that is being called raw dogging, where people, specifically men, are just chilling on their flights, not with earphones. They're not watching anything like on their phones. They're not listening to a podcast. They are just sitting there in the ambiance of the plane
Doing nothing.
and watching maybe the map in front of them on the back of the seat.
So just enjoying some time with their thoughts.
I don't even...
Staring into the abyss. Like
Apparently it's a trend.
What we used to do 25 years ago was
Yeah,
either
but-
a Sony Walkman or that.
Hold on a sec. Like when it was a trend, probably in the 90s. I haven't been on a flight in a while that had a TV on the back of the seat now. They all put it on your phone.
Yeah.
So when you go through
right.
the app,
So maybe they're just sitting there looking at the back of the seat. All I know is that this is like all over my social media feed about raw dogging a flight, meaning that you just you go on, you don't have anything loaded on your phone to keep you entertained.
So you actually have unplugged, basically.
Yeah, like truly unplugged for the duration of your flight.
I hated looking at the plane in the old days on that map that would move because...
It just made it seem longer.
made the flight feel like forever. I go, "Look, barely moving in this damn plane.
I like it. It's almost like a geography lesson all over again. You got all of Canada right there. You're like, oh, there we are. Look at
We're
us
top of the
go.
Great Lakes,
Just a
everybody.
line.
Wow.
Reminds me of the original Atari game with the two paddles and the ball. Boop.
Yeah. But I can't fly without watching a movie.
I know. I need
'cause
something
it
to entertain me.
It makes the flight, I'm not a big fan of flying, and it makes the flight seem like it goes so much quicker. By the time you're done the movie lots of times or whatever.
You got to now, the only math you need to do is you got to time out. If the flight's 2.5 hours, you find like you don't want a movie that's 90 minutes because then you can't, then you got to watch 2 TV shows. It's airplane
You
math.
do have to time out it
Yes.
perfectly because it
Airplane
sucks when
math.
you're about to land and they're trying to get ready and you put your stuff away. You're like, I have 20 minutes left.
Yeah, like Kirby, how long's the flight, let's say?
2 hours.
2 hours. You're not watching Oppenheimer. You know what I mean? Like,
Philly Joe Kirby
Philly Joe and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
Call the Bone phone 780-BONE. Brought to you by Auto Gallery of Winnipeg.
Welsh Dragon calling. You know how you guys have been going on about mosquitoes and wood ticks and stuff. What about those caterpillars that repel out of trees? onto people.
Repel like Spider-Man.
They're like a
And,
movie.
You know, it makes you a little creepy when they land on you, or that spit you walk into, like kind of thing.
Yeah, I avoid on my walks the trees that hang over the sidewalk because usually I end up with a little friend on my walk.
Well, we get them a lot in Charleswood because it's a pretty treed area, right? So, yeah, you do. And they do repel. They look like something out of a movie, you know, in the black, except they're not in the black outfits, rappelling down the walls.
So you guys would say, like, my impression that there aren't as many this year. You guys are saying,
Right.
no, there is as many?
I
or-
wouldn't say as many,
Okay.
but they're out there.
Okay. Yeah. Someone says on the text line, and some elementary schools are still open too. Isn't
Yeah, today's the final day.
today's the last
My
day?
wife's a school teacher.
Yeah.
Today's her final day. I don't know what they're doing today. My dad, I grew up right in front of an elementary school, Clifton, right? My old school. And I said to him the other day, I said, how's it good? He goes, oh, I love seeing those kids out there. They're playing all day. I said, they don't learn anything the last week of school, I
God,
don't think, do they?
Nothing. They watch movies because
yeah, it's the last
They're
week.
mailing it in, man.
my guy's last day today too. Yeah. Okay. You know what's not popular? Like according to our listeners, our bone phone callers, the thought of overnight construction because it comes up from time to time on the bone phone.
This is a response to the guy who's complaining about construction and why we don't do it at night. If you're living anywhere close to that construction, you're not going to be sleeping for the duration of that construction project with all the noise going on. So, 20, 30 minutes in traffic versus no sleep at night. I don't know. Figure it out.
And here's another one.
Oh, would we love to do construction overnight? The overtime hours would be beautiful, but the government won't let us do that. We just love to be able to just shut the whole road down and do the project with no interruptions, but that would inconvenience you guys way too much too. Construction can happen real fast if you do one of two things. You do overnight, 24-hour work, or you just shut the whole road down and you guys find somewhere else to go while we do it. That's the biggest inconvenience is the public, trying to appease the public so that they can drive through the construction. It's you, the public, that's the problem.
Okay. Oh, jeez. So
I mean, that's a fair statement, though. They've got a job to do.
yeah.
And like anybody, you don't want people getting in your way.
Well, and there are other calls I didn't get to. We will get to them throughout the morning. But so the two comments we get the most about overnight construction are, well, maybe it's more than two, but it's about the noise. Oh, we're not allowed. There's noise
Bylaws.
ordinances, bylaws. We can't make that kind of noise overnight. There's, hey, I got a family. Why the hell? Why don't you try working overnight? I don't want to work overnight any more than you do. So we get that call.
So
right?
hard to find people that want to work those shifts. Yep.
Bang. And then you get that one where it's like, oh, we would love to do it. We get so much more work done. Screw you, motorist.
And overtime.
Yeah. So clearly there's a lot of opinions. It's a polarizing topic, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. Like I just,
No.
I don't know, according to some of the calls. Okay, my debit card, the tap isn't working. No, I didn't get out to get a new one yesterday.
Hey,
Shocking.
Philly, when it comes to your card not working, I'm the same way, master procrastinator there. If you, instead of having to go get a new card, all you do is enter it in your phone, and then you can tap your phone. And, the card doesn't work for the tap, but you still got it. I did the same thing for my MasterCard about 6 months now because the chip doesn't work. So, you don't even have to get a new card if you want to procrastinate. You just put it in your phone, man.
So all in the phone, and then you tap it every time, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that came up yesterday as well. I
Yeah.
think that
Put in your Apple Wallet.
that might
That
be the
is
key.
a procrastinator's handbook tip right there.
Put everything in the phone.
Well, that's a good way of getting around to actually dealing with
Getting
it.
a new card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys use the phone for all your cards?
I don't, but I have one of my credit cards in there. I just keep forgetting. I pull the card out.
Okay.
Yeah, I have them in there, but yeah.
You don't use them when you pay for things. You use your actual
I
card.
always forget about it, yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's wrap with this call about different food items. We love talking food, and we always get suggestions about foods we have to try.
All right, okay. So, yeah, I know the peanut butter and cheese is not exactly just wowing people, right? You have to admit it does go together, and that's a weird thing. But tuna and spaghetti, that's it. A little bit of oil, tuna and spaghetti, magic. I don't want to be weird food guy, but I've had my fair share. I think you guys should just freaking literally have people call in and tell you the weirdest recipes and don't bother asking if they were high. That's just embarrassing. You guys have a good one. Oh, yeah, also unrelated. I heard Holy Wars on my way to work the other day, and I was freaking pumped. You guys keep that shit up. Yeah!
All right.
Okay, I got to ask Curbs because he said tuna and spaghetti with a little bit of olive oil, and you kind of But think about it. Just break it down. It doesn't sound that far-fetched because there's so many pasta dishes with oil and garlic as a sauce that would come with different types of seafood. It could be prawns. It could be clams.
Yeah.
It could be. So I thought tuna would fit in.
When he said spaghetti, I just pictured like with marinara and then the chunks of tuna in there.
No, I think it was more sauce
But it was
related.
just. But you know what? Tuna casserole is like what got me through college.
Yeah.
Because like those were my meat eating days, and I didn't really know how to cook.
You stepped up. That's like craft dinner and tuna or something like in a casserole. We had the ramen noodles. They're still around. I bet you I still have packages in my pantry from back then, 35
There
years
was a
ago.
time where tuna was cheap. You can get it at
Yeah.
Costco. You know, big stack.
You're the spaghetti guy, Joe. I don't know if our listeners know this, but you grew up in an old school Italian household.
Yeah, every Sunday.
So would you do
Every
tuna
Sunday.
on spaghetti? I'm going to say no.
Well, I'm not a big seafood guy, but I could honestly see somebody cooking up. And we're thinking tuna in a can, but I mean, you can buy tuna in like a salmon, like salmon's another big dish that comes now. No, I could definitely see it.
Yeah, I'm not doing
Because
it.
of pasta.
No thanks. But
I'm not a seafood guy,
Right.
so.
No tuna on my spaghetti. Meat sauce only. Meat sauce only.
Meat sauce, extra meat.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Hey, what's your name? You've got a name so you can play this game.
The Name Game. Brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort.
It's a game about names, I guess.
All right, who wants to play? 780 City, 780 2484. We got a relative or an in-law last week, wasn't it? Or did we get the actual name?
I think we had the brother, did we
The
not?
brother?
I
Okay, it
think
was
so.
the brother. Okay.
And then a cat.
A cat. We got the
Oh,
pet.
there was a cat.
We got
Can
the
we
pet last
focus
week.
on the fact that we guessed a cat's name?
Well, with you on the show and your
I got
love,
it actually.
You
It wasn't
got the
even
cat?
it wasn't even Kirby, but yes, it was the cat.
Marty or no?
Oh,
That was
don't.
Joe's old cat,
No,
Morty.
Morty.
Yeah.
That's my old cat.
Wally, I think, was the cat's name. Or
Yeah,
something.
think you're
I think you're
Yeah.
right, Curbs.
I was going to say, with you on the program, being a lover of cats the way you are, you'd think we'd get the cat's name more often.
I do like when cats have like regular names, like a Joe
Morty,
or like a,
Wally.
you know, yeah.
It's nice. Really nice. Okay, let's find a contestant. Good morning. You want to play the name game?
Yes, I would love to.
Okay. How old are you?
12 years old.
12.
12.
Oh
Wow.
my
Youngest. This is
gosh.
probably the youngest name game participant of all time.
Okay.
I have no idea how long I've been trying for.
Really?
You've been trying to get on the name game.
Yeah, probably a couple months now.
Okay, wow. It's a tough show.
Last day of school.
It is. I know. I'm excited.
Yeah, good.
Well, what
Yeah,
a
no
great
good.
way to celebrate.
What are you guys doing today? Because like watching
this one of your
movies?
questions?
No, this is just. This is,
Let's help my old grade 6 teacher clean up his class.
what a guy!
Wow.
Holy!
You've got this is the future.
Nice
I love it.
man.
This is the future. Okay,
I love it.
The future.
12 years old. It's like a different form of questions for a 12-year-old than you would with an adult. So. Let's go. Let's right out of the gate with this one. Do you moisturize your face regularly?
Kirby, I do not.
It's okay, buddy. I'm just saying,
okay.
the older you get, you might want to start because, you know, that's going to help you later in life.
Joe and I do not, though. So just so you know, don't you ever feel bad if you don't start moisturizing regularly.
12-year-old who does not moisturize. It's going to help.
I would have been shocked if you did, though.
Do you have a ball cap of choice that you wear to school every day?
Ooh, I do. I just bought a new Toronto City Connect hat.
Okay. Looking good, looking sharp.
Nice.
Yeah. There's my two questions. Kirby, go ahead. Did you have to adjust with a 12-year-old, or do your questions
My questions
fit?
are actually, yeah, they're perfect.
Okay.
Okay, what's your favorite ice cream flavor now that it's summertime?
Probably cookie dough.
Like with the chunks of cookie dough.
Nothing
yeah.
wrong with that.
If you had to describe yourself as an animal, which animal would you be?
Oh, you have to put that one on me.
It's a lot of philosophical stuff with Curbs. Yeah.
You got to think about these ones. There's a lot of animals
You're
to
lucky.
choose from.
You're lucky there wasn't. How often do you see your therapist in there with Kirby?
He's a little young.
Maybe a snake.
Snake?
Okay, a snake is a
Cobra.
cool. Yeah,
A cobra, man.
Okay.
Good.
Awesome,
Cobra
Joe.
chicken.
I guess I won't use my what's your favorite alcoholic beverage going into the Canada Day long weekend
That's what
question. Let's go with this. What is your favorite food that you couldn't live without? You could eat it 7 days a week.
Oh, probably a burger that my mom makes.
A homemade burger?
Homemade burgers hit.
Yeah, they
Wow.
are good.
Or as the kids say, they slap. They be bussin'.
Now,
I never heard that from either of my kids. Do you use either of those terms?
No.
They be bussin'
You
and
don't
they
say
slap.
bussin'? Is that not like a cool term for your age?
No.
pretty cool when a 35-year-old is telling you it is, though, isn't it?
Basically, like, what? You don't use that?
What about this one? You got the Riz? Is that cool?
That is it. That's it.
Okay, cool. All right.
Okay, good luck be slapping today. Go ahead, Joe.
Listen, you're a young guy. When I was your age, I always used to love seeing people like my grandparents and that because they would like either send you to 7-Eleven with some cash. Who's that member of your family that always tosses you like $20 to go do this or have this?
Well, it's never like $20, but sometimes my grandma will let me and my brother go down to like Circle K or something and get a pizza.
Yeah, that's
Grandma.
grandma. It's
Yeah.
always grandma. Okay. What's your grandma's first name?
Cindy.
Okay.
Hey, when she pulls that Kleenex out of her purse that's been there for
That's
10
the
years,
other
you
side.
run. You run, okay? All right, time to guess. Bonus question. Do you play sports at all?
I do.
Okay, let's start with Easton then.
Nope.
Oh, that's a good name.
Lots of Eastons out there, yeah.
That's
Especially.
close, though.
It's close? Austin.
That's super close.
Okay, I laid the groundwork, you guys. Austin and Easton are super close.
Is it Ethan?
Nope.
Austin.
Does it start with an A or an E?
Neither.
Neither. It's Dustin or Justin.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think. It wouldn't be like a Liam.
Nope. Not even close.
Yeah, you've gotten us right off the beat.
Okay.
What are you doing? Slapping and bussing or whatever it is?
Yeah, come on. You're slapping and busting this
Okay,
morning.
okay. Phil, you coach these ages.
Well, I went Easton, Austin.
No, and I
my
said Dustin,
gosh.
Justin, because it said it was
Okay,
close.
is it closer to Easton or Austin?
Austin.
Boston.
That's it.
My favorite team.
Boston?
I love it. Which one of your parents is either a Celtics, Red Sox, or Bruins fan?
My dad's a Red Sox fan.
Yes!
And we got the
Yes!
sports team.
I thought he was just a fan of the band.
We're slapping and bussing today, baby.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Okay, we're getting a lot of shout-out requests this morning, being, last day of school, heading into a long weekend. I would like to throw one out here. It came in on the text line. I was going to do it anyway, but Monsieur Boulay, gym teacher at École Centrale, if you live in Transcona, if your kids go to school, if they've been to École Centrale at all, and actually other schools, it seems like everybody knows who Monsieur Boulay is. Anyway, hey, Philly, Monsieur Boulay here. He's retiring. That's he's retired. He's been gym teacher there forever. Monsieur Boulay here. I wonder if you could do a shout out for me. I would like to thank all the parents and students of École Centrale for their tremendous support throughout my career. I have a special spot in my heart for the community of Transcona. I will be riding my bike to school between 7 and 7:30 this morning. Oh, I missed 10 minutes. I hope Monsieur Boulay's running late. Damn it.
I'll tell you what,
You
Mr.
hope he's
Boulay.
running late.
Well, because it's 7:40. He said between 7 and 7:30.
I'll
Hope
tell
he's
you
having
right
a
now.
bad day and he's running late.
Guys like Mr. Boulay never run late.
Yeah.
First of all. Second of all, you never did a good job listening to your teachers in the past. Why should today be any
I know,
different?
he won't be surprised at all that I screwed up his shout out. Anyway, the guy's fantastic. The kids love him. And I told him the other day, I said, it's not going to be the same without you here. He's just part of the landscape of Transcona and École Centrale.
I will say this, when you do have an iconic teacher like that in an area and everybody, more generations than not, know who he is, that's a fantastic teacher. But I will ask him this favor if he's still listening. Bring the parachute out once to PJK. He can be the fourth. I'd like to do the parachute one time.
That would be fun.
How many would we need to run that big? That parachute's big. We got to get more staff members here.
Staff members? Are you kidding?
The three
We're
of us.
bringing this out to Transcona. I want to do it with the kids.
Go do it.
In Transcona.
Parachute.
That's it.
We're going on a field trip.
You won't see me getting under there again. I'll just hold on.
Where did Joe go?
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast. Philly Joe and Kirby's completely useless question.
Useless with a capital Y.
So useless.
Brought to you by Midtown Ford.
Landmark Movie Pass is up for grabs this morning as well. We have Exodus tickets on the line.
If you consider yourself an average person, you'll do this about 5 times in your lifetime. What are you doing?
There's a lot you could be doing in, 5 years?
Yep.
If you consider yourself an average person, you will do this 5 times in your lifetime.
Yep.
780 City, 780 2484. Good morning.
Can I get a lifeline from Kirby?
Kirby.
You will move at least 5 times in your life.
Number 3.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Good one.
Like moving, owning. Yep.
Yeah.
Good morning, City. Go ahead.
Get a pet.
5 pets.
That's a good answer. No. Nope.
Minimum. Are you kidding me? 5 pets minimum for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how many cats you got living there right now?
I got 2.
Yeah. Yeah, most pet
But
owners.
you've had before,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah, you're right. 5's a good number.
That's pretty. I've had 3 fish. You know,
You're above average.
I am above average in every way. Hello, City.
How about go on an airplane?
No, not an airplane.
Another solid guess. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. 780 City, 780 2484. Hello there.
Hi there. Is it changing vehicles? Getting a new vehicle?
No, it's not. It's not.
That's going to be.
I know
thought
what you're
about that.
saying.
Yeah.
5 vehicles in your lifetime.
Hi, City.
I will go with Kirby.
You'll fall in love or have 5 romantic partners in your life.
Number 2, Kirby. Wow.
you're on
Knocked
it.
off 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Good for you. You're on a roll.
Must have had a good
2
sleep
lifelines.
last night.
Well, you didn't have one the night before, you said. So there you go. I went to
I
bed.
just got my tattoo done and it
Yes.
was awkward to sleep.
Yes. Well,
Thanks for remembering. I didn't have a good sleep 2
well,
nights
that means
ago.
I listened.
I mean, what
I
do
just.
you-
I know. That's what I mean. It's amazing what he picks up
you
on.
sounded a bit salty. Thanks for
Okay.
remembering.
You did a little bit.
He's being a good guy.
Yeah.
I would never remember that.
No, we know.
I couldn't tell you that
Hey,
you.
you don't remember something I tell you 2 minutes
That's
ago.
a good point. Hi, City.
Good morning.
Martin.
Can I get a lifeline?
Sure. Philly or Kirby?
Philly.
Phil?
Okay, so Kirby's had fall in love 5 times. We've had 5 vehicles.
No, yeah. The other answer was move.
Move.
Yeah.
Um,
If you're average, you're going to do this 5 times in your lifetime.
and it's an action or is it a purchase?
It's something that's happened to you. Yeah, that you've done.
Something that's happening. Tickets, infractions of some form, whether it's a bylaw or a speeding ticket.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm going to give everybody a clue.
Infractions. That's a good answer, though.
It would involve a vehicle.
Oh, okay.
It would involve a vehicle. 780 City. Good morning.
Come on, Kirby, give it to me, baby.
Let's see how much sleep she really got, folks.
Okay, 2 nights ago. Good,
I
bad sleep
feel
last
good
night.
about this because you have energy and I have energy.
Good sleep today.
feel it. You got
Let's go.
I got it? Okay.
it, baby.
Got a big clue there.
They've gone on at least 5 big vacations, road trips.
No.
Oh!
Yeah, that was a big buildup.
That was a big buildup.
I'm so sorry for not delivering.
This could happen on a road trip, though, with your vehicle.
Oh, change the tire.
No.
It's not change the tires, so don't
Okay.
use that guess. I'll give you another freebie clue.
Okay, good morning, City.
Hey, I'm going to say lock your keys in the car.
Sorry?
Lock your keys in the car?
Yeah. Lock yourself out of your vehicle.
Really?
It will happen about 5 times in your lifetime. That's why CA Manitoba's been around for a long time.
Do they still use coat hangers, or do they?
No, they have a tool.
Wow.
Yeah. Way to go, my friend.
Probably more common
Back in the day.
back in the day than it is now, because
Sure.
you got the fobs and everything else. And your car will let you know too, won't it? Before you.
I don't know. Mine beeps at me like when I take the keys out. It's like if it's not close nearby, like you can't lock yourself.
Oh, with a fob, you can still lock yourself out. You can.
I don't know. All I know is
You
I
asked
haven't
the
had to
question.
deal with that stress in my life
I
yet,
did
and I
bring
am
it up.
so thankful. Okay.
Yeah. It is harder to do than it used to be.
Yes.
That's for sure. Who's this?
That's Mike.
Way to go, Mike.
Kirby's going to be on that show Motoring 2024
Oh,
later
yeah.
today talking about cars. Hang on the line. You're the winner.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Just adding someone on Instagram here, except Joe Dixon. This Joe Dixon looks a lot like you, Aiello.
I'm telling you, he's getting a lot of follows since you told the story this morning with Kirby.
He keeps sending like fire emojis to every selfie I post on my Instagram story.
That's what Joe Dixon does. Don't let the picture of me and my dog fool you. That guy's pretty cool, Joe Dixon.
So just to get it out there again, we talked about it yesterday and reran the conversation earlier this morning, but Joe Dixon is not Joe Aiello. It's a fake account out there that has a picture of Joe and his dog, and the guy this fraudster didn't even bother to use your actual name. He went Joe Dixon
that's
and then
a
a
good
picture
move.
of you.
Trying to fool no one. I reported him to Instagram, but unfortunately with Instagram, they don't give you a little window there to write in why you want this person blocked or suspended or whatever it is they do, because the only question they ask you is he impersonating you or causing like an issue? Impersonating me. Well, sort of. Like there's no room to say sort of.
Yeah.
Because he's going with a different name.
But the photo.
I reported you for I reported Joe Dixon for sending explicit photos. So hopefully that
Really?
gets him taken down.
Well, you can't spell Dixon.
I have an idea. Hear me out. Okay, Kirby, you know DMs on this show better than anybody, okay?
That's true.
So
Unfortunately.
my thought process here
Well,
is
not always. I send you a nice
always.
emoji.
I
like
do get some
you
good.
actually-
You do.
I applaud you a
that's
lot.
the applause.
Joe is the cheerleader that everybody wishes they had in their life.
Yes.
Well, thanks, Curbs. That's
Joe
nice of
will
you to say.
drop-
I believed her this time.
That's the number
That
one
was
buddy
nice.
stuff.
Yeah.
But my thought process is this: why don't we try to set up a sting operation for this Joe Dixon?
I could lure
Why
him.
don't you DM him and say, "Hey, Joe, love the dog. Why don't we connect?
You want to take that dog for a walk in the park sometime, Joe
See
Dixon?
if he'll meet you." Aiello and I will be waiting in the bushes for Joe Dixon.
Like
we'll,
this-
jump up. Citizens arrest
to
Joe
catch
Dixon.
a predator.
Yeah.
Style.
Netflix would buy this?
I
I've
don't
been
know if
watching. Kirby's got me hooked on those documentaries on Netflix. They'd buy this.
I don't know if he's a predator. He's
Well,
just
you know how Chris
he's
Hansen
I
used to
know.
come out of the
Well,
woodworks?
that's what we're gonna do, and we jump out, and we take that photo down of Aiello.
I'm going to tell you something. First, we got to find out where this guy lives. This budget could be a little out of hand. If he's in town, it makes a lot more sense.
Well, yeah, we're not going to Switzerland for him or Thailand.
First, I'll find out if he's local, okay? I'll
Yeah,
slide
first
in
we
the
gotta-
DMs and
Well,
see
there's
if
the
he's
first
local.
question. Hey,
Hey,
Miss-
yo, you from Winnipeg?
Yeah, you. I'd
Yo.
love to. I'd
No,
love to
don't tell him
connect.
where we're from. Tell him where we're from.
Well, he would know if he stole your photo, Joe.
Listen, this guy can't be that smart if he doesn't even use
Right.
a misspell of my last name. He went with Dixon.
We can
Just
get
used
him.
the- Why would he use my
He
picture?
would scam more people if he used your actual real name.
You know what the problem? Yeah, you know what
Now
the
we're
problem
helping him.
is. The thing is, when you report this, you can't see him anymore. So I don't even know if it still exists as an account. You guys have to
Kirby,
punch it in.
Go at him. Okay,
Is it on? It's on Instagram?
Yeah.
And then
Joe
I'll buy a big net to
Dixon.
throw on him when he shows up to meet Kirby.
People on the Boston Pizza text line, Phil, are saying there's now following Joe Dixon. This thing's
Joe, you're
Liking
getting this
all his
guy
photos.
follows. I'm on it. I'm on
Phil,
it.
you got the net ready?
So I'm gonna buy a big net, and the cops probably don't recommend that we do this, but we're
Well,
like the equalizer, man.
Cops are busy investigating that Transcona fire. We're on our own for this one.
We're after him. Joe Dixon, your days are numbered.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
So just to put a little bow on Throwdown Thursday yesterday, We did do some calculations throughout the show. There's so many votes on the text line, Instagram, and the Facebook page that it's very tough to come up with a concrete number. But we can say with some level of certainty, we went to John King. Is that his name at the decision desk, CNN?
He's one of the greats of all time. Breaking
guy?
down the map.
He's something else during a presidential
A lot of blue,
election.
a lot of red. Bop, bop, bop. They had the U.S. presidential debate last night. Bop, bop, bop. But
Yeah.
I really like when he sews it up during the elections.
Oh, he's fantastic. But anyway, so Throwdown Thursday, it was Rip from Yellowstone versus Jax from Sons of Anarchy. And again, with some level of certainty, we could say that Rip from Yellowstone won the majority of the vote. I'd put it at about 70-30, 65-35, in that area.
I'd agree. Two of the great characters of modern television, for sure. And it came down, I think, to the toughness of one-on-one competition, mano a mano.
Yeah.
And I think, personally, Rip would have won. Two great names, too, though, eh?
Oh,
Yeah,
Rip and
Jax and Rip.
And
yeah.
you're seeing that now with people having kids. Those names come up quite a bit.
What I loved about this one here, this particular Throwdown Thursday, is there was a lot of, it wasn't just one-word answers. People were diving into the why. People were diving into some of the fights they've both had.
Yeah.
So that's what we love about Throwdown Thursday.
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea, too, of some of the names you're going to hear. I'm not going to mention any matchups. We have a master list of names of characters, fictional and otherwise, that are going to show up on Throwdown Thursday. So Terminator, he's definitely going to fight someone eventually. Dirty Harry, the Wicked Witch of the West I have on here. Doomsday, Thanos, Yogi Bear, Snaggletooth.
Yogi Bear. Wow.
Wasn't much of a fighter. But
That must have come up later in the meeting. That must have been late.
Yogi
Where we're going, listen,
Bear.
can we get another animated character? Who's he going to go up against? Hold on, Boo Boo. Boo Boo's his buddy. Hey. Hold on. Let's see. What else do we got? Mr. Ranger, sir.
Mr. Ranger, get him in there.
And he always
my
called them
God.
Mister. Did you notice that? It could have just gone with Ranger, but Mr. Ranger, sir. And then there was Yo-Yo, the Japanese bear that came to visit.
That's right.
And
didn't he look a lot like Yogi?
Well, no, he was a white bear, I believe, right? With and the whole deal with Yo-Yo was he was annoying to Yogi because everybody loved Yo-Yo, and all he would say was, I believe, if I remember as a kid, Yo-Yo, you, yo-yo, and stealing picnic baskets.
Why did Yogi wear a tie? That part was
Formal, and the hat.
He
He
looked
had the
very
hat.
sharp with the fedora and the
Looked like one of my grandfathers. So I always wear the hat and the tie and a little frumpy,
old school look.
but no pants.
No pants.
The bears never have pants. Winnie the Pooh, no pants. Just a
pants.
T-shirt.
Those bears are smart. How comfortable is that? No
Well,
pants.
it's a
true.
look.
So,
Maybe we'll rethink Yogi. Anyway, lots of good Throwdown matchups on the way.
For more Philly Joe and Kirby, log it into 92.1 City weekday mornings 6 to 10.